What's going on, guys? This is Kyle here with Legion Certified, and in this video I'll be letting you guys know why I'm gonna go out and pick up the iPhone 8 Plus over the iPhone 10. So this video here will be the first entry that I have for a new series that I'm bringing to the channel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So first and foremost, I have to talk about the actual design of the iPhone 8 Plus over the iPhone 10. I tend to favor the design of the iPhone 8 Plus. Reason being is that it's not a far departure from the 7 Plus that we have out right now, currently available to us. I know that you guys are saying, hey, you know, it's not really a new innovation, it's nothing new, it's already been done. They are just reintroducing it using a glass-on-glass build. And I get that, I understand that, but I prefer this move, and the reason being is because my actual favorite device done by Apple, other than the iPhone 5, would have to be the iPhone 4S, just because of that nice glass-on-glass feel with that metal band in the middle. I remember picking up the iPhone 4S and feeling that metal band in between those two pieces of glass and saying to myself, you know what, this device seems like it can hold up to the test of time. And I remember holding it in my hand and just that nice feeling of, I don't know what you would call it, I guess an industrial or a rather sturdy build. I mean, it's just my personal preference. The iPhone 10 really doesn't appeal to me, being that it has that large screen. Now you're saying to yourself, you know what, the large screen is an innovation, it looks nice. In reality, other companies are already doing this 5.8-inch screen. Samsung. The point being is that the extra screen real estate for me is definitely not worth the $200 extra they want on the base model for the iPhone 10. Also, that camera hump on the back is just atrocious. The fact that we have to put up with it on the iPhone 7 Plus, and then for you to go make it on another angle and make it larger just to accommodate the OIS for the second lens, it just makes it stick out, and I hate it. It looks disgusting to me. It's not really eye-catching or appealing. I don't even like it on the current device, but it's just something that you have to deal with, unfortunately. And at the end of the day, it's just not really attractive. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 has a really nice approach to this dual lens system with the OIS built into it. So now that I've talked about the design a little bit, I have to jump into the color. My personal preference is definitely the space gray model of the iPhone. That's the one that I'm going to be picking up. One thing that I really have to give hats off to is Qi wireless charging. It should have came a long time ago, just because they introduced it to the whole entire line of devices. Apple is kind of famous for introducing features to certain models of certain products and then not offering them in other products. But I guess because they decided to go with an all glass front and back build, they had to integrate it into all the other models, because otherwise the consumers out there would kind of go crazy, and I myself would definitely not buy the iPhone 8 Plus, being that it's so similar to the 7 Plus at the moment. Qi wireless charging isn't really so important to so many people, but for me in general it really is, because I have Qi wireless chargers integrated all throughout my home, and I really use them. I take advantage of it. As I'm sitting down watching TV on the couch, I plop it on the charger. As I'm at my desk and doing some work or whatever it is I may be doing, playing some games, I put it on the charger, I'm good to go. For me, it's a really important feature. When it comes to the cameras, the actual cameras between the two devices, you have pretty much the same 12 megapixel sensor on the back of both devices, and where it differs is that the telephoto lens on the back of the iPhone 10 will be OIS stabilized, and the back of the iPhone 8 Plus will not be. I really don't use either telephoto lens. I really could do without both of them. Give me more battery life and save the telephoto lens for somebody else, because I really don't use it. I don't care about the telephoto lens, and I definitely don't care about portrait mode. I'm sorry, I just don't. So now, another big talking point about the iPhones this year are going to be the fact that they have brought augmented reality features using this new A11 Bionic processor that they're throwing out there in their marketing campaign. This is great. I love the fact that they are pushing augmented reality. They want to set this as maybe an industry standard going forward, and I understand that. I love the fact that Apple is jumping on the bandwagon and is pushing it forward, to say the least, because the developers are really going to jump on the bandwagon as well, because there are so many iOS developers out there. Now, where I have to sit here and disagree with Apple is when they say, oh, this is the first smartphone ever truly designed for augmented reality, and that is just a lie. It is just a horrible, horrible marketing lie and ploy that they're feeding to the public. There are tons of devices out there that are touting augmented reality. The problem is with augmented reality is that the development behind it just isn't there yet. And now that Apple is pushing it, it will be in the future. And then later on down the line, they're going to say, oh, we really pushed the industry. And to be honest with you, that's really not it. It's just that they have such a big platform for development that, yes, they are pushing the industry, but they're not really pushing the industry, if you get what I mean. Just because Apple is jumping on the bandwagon, it's essentially better for the consumers at the end of the day. More competition means more products, means we get to see more cool stuff coming out every single day going forward. So I have to talk about that extra $200 price tag. I'm sorry, I just cannot find myself justifying spending the extra $200 for a device that essentially does the same thing. It makes no sense. At the end of the day, I can save my $200 and wait for the next generation iPhone. Now, this is where I think Apple really dropped the ball on the iPhone 10. I think it's a cool feature, but it's not going to push me to purchase the iPhone 10 over the iPhone 8 Plus, and here's why. So the feature that I'm referring to is going to be Face ID. I think it's a great concept. I think that unlocking your phone just by looking at it is amazing. It's awesome. It's great when it works. Samsung tried with the iris scanner. Not really successful for me anyways, because I have small eyeballs. So for whatever reason, the iris scanner would never ever work for me. So I stuck to using the fingerprint sensor. And this is the other area where the iPhone 10 really drops the ball for me. They removed the fingerprint sensor and Touch ID, and it just kills me. I think that was one of the best implementations of a fingerprint sensor on any smartphone built thus far. Touch ID is probably the best fingerprint sensor out there. To me, Touch ID represents security. I would much rather place my fingerprint on my device and unlock it than have some company somewhere, or my phone or whoever, scanning my face to then store it somewhere, to then essentially possibly use that in some negative way to impact me later on in life. Bad enough I have to put in my fingerprint, because if I didn't have to do that, I wouldn't do that either. So essentially, I don't want any company scanning my face whatsoever. Now, last but not least, I have to talk about the most ridiculous feature of the iPhone 10 that Apple really tried to sell to the crowd at the latest event. It just baffles me that anyone even cared. The animojis. Horrible. Horrible. Just, Apple, stop. I cannot take the Animoji thing. I just can't do it. No one gives a crap. I'm sorry. Even the tweens out there don't give a shit about Animojis. It's not gonna happen. Stop trying to get me to spend $200 extra on a product for Animojis. Guys, this is Legion Certified signing out. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. See ya.